Hi, it's September 24th and it's Tara Green here. So this is the aspects going on today, set for Eastern Daylight Time, New York City. But I want to just go back a little bit to yesterday. Mercury, the planet of communications, the messenger, the trickster, the merchandiser, the marketer, our brains, our consciousness is in Libra, which is the sign of justice. And justice is a big ticket, talked about theme these days, of course. Lots of protests going on in the U.S. right now for justice over the Breonna Taylor murder, where no policemen have been, excuse me, actually convicted of any criminal wrongdoing. So, Mercury, the planet of peacemaking, justice, is squaring Saturn in Capricorn, which is the symbol of the police force and tradition and history and the patriarchy. So, we can see that going on in the world as well as other places in the news. Venus in Leo is in conjunct Neptune and Pisces, so some big romantic bubbles were popped. But as for today, Mercury on the 24th is now opposing Mars in Aries, which is retrograde at 26 degrees. They're also making what's called a T-square to Saturn, and Pluto is also involved. So this is, again, more tension. Moon is in Capricorn, so it's kind of dry, it's emotional, but all business. It's trying to be responsible or hold up the sense of doing the right thing. Mercury will also continue on, over the weekend and into next week to, not Mercury, Mars. Mars is going to continue on to be in these hard aspects, square aspects, oppositions. It's going to be squaring Saturn as Saturn turns direct on the 28th. So that's a very difficult aspect, because when all planets turn direct, when they change direction from going forwards to backwards or the other way around, they are at their most powerful. So this is a big turning point here on the 28th, the 29th. It's also Yom Kippur, the holiest day of the year in Israel. They tend to have big major attacks from Palestinians on that day as well. But anyway, it tends to be a crackdown. Talk about a wall. So Saturn turning direct means that Saturn is now moving forward quickly to meet up with Jupiter on December 21st, 2020, in that historic new 20-year cycle. Okay, but it's going to be a bit tricky till we get to there. So Moon in Capricorn today, again, squaring Chiron and Aries on the 24th. Early in the morning, can be defensive, can feeling wounded, don't want to talk about it. And then the moon trines Uranus, yes. So that kind of opens up a new box, sometimes we could call it Pandora's box, of ideas, okay? Things are going to be pretty earthy, basically, for the 25th. The moon is entering Aquarius, and then Mercury is going to enter Scorpio on the 27th, so that's going to be really interesting. Mercury in Scorpio, and then, of course, Mercury is going to turn direct. Sorry, I'm not thinking very clearly right now. Mercury is going to turn retrograde, of course, on October the 13th, adding, way more, way more stuff to the plate. So as planets are turning direct, some, of course, are turning retrograde. Okay, so I want to know how everybody's doing. Apparently, I just saw there's a little solar flare going on, which always affects your body, the magnetic fields in the earth, so you may be feeling kind of tired, headachy, exhausted, and everybody's feeling exhausted anyway, aren't you, because of Mars retrograde? So, it's not just Mars opposite Mercury today, it's also Mercury opposite Eris and Lilith. Lilith is almost exactly conjunct Mars. Okay, so this is, again, Lilith, the denied feminine, the shadow side of the feminine. This is all of the power that women have been denied. Ruth Bader Ginsburg sort of passing away at this point. She became a figurehead for all of this. So this is a big test. This whole year, 2020, has been a test. And we still have to get through the thickest part. There's still going to be another Jupiter-Pluto conjunction, and it's still not going to be easy. What can I say? Okay, not going to be so easy. So we have to be strong. We have to have strategies. There's going to be another difficult aspect between Venus and Pluto over the weekend on the 26th. So while the moon is in Libra, and while we're in Libra times, it's, again, to remind you to try to take the middle way. Again, the U.S. election is coming up. Things are going to get hotter and hotter. Like I said, this is the inevitable civil war coming to the U.S. No matter which party wins, I've been saying this all along, it doesn't matter. America's set for a big breakdown, probably will break into different parts at this point, but that's going to go on for at least the next 2 years. And the rest of the world, dirty money laundering things coming out, that's a big item. And then, of course, all the sexual secrets. I believe that Giselle Maxwell is going to spill the beans as well. So it's pretty exciting times, don't you think? I think it is. So take care of yourself. Remember to breathe. If you want to get in touch with me, I'm at taratarot.com. Please follow me here on my YouTube page. Subscribe. Follow me on my blog at infinitynow.wordpress.com. I'm on Twitter and Instagram. Many blessings.